there, people watching the video. It's Q3, and you know what that means. YouTuber update time! First, thank you all so much for 5,000 subscribers. I literally just woke up like an hour ago and I saw the number roll. I saw the number roll over like 10 minutes ago. I'm recording this now, but thank you. This number is insane to me. I'm constantly blown away by the amount of people that actually watch and enjoy what we make. It's all incredibly fulfilling. Speaking of, thank you for 10,000 views on both Island episodes and the slide. We hit this number earlier this year and I'm still glowing, especially with the slide. It did in 10 months what took Island episode 2 years. So I guess we're on to something. Thank you all. Thank you all. We're incredibly sorry for the lack of videos or, well, anything for the last few months. It's been an incredibly busy year for all of us. New business ventures, education, new jobs and priorities, relationships, you get the idea. We know it's been a year since the slide released, and it's still gonna be a few more months until episode 8 is finished, but it is coming out amazing. Hotel Hell is nearly halfway done. We've had the immense pleasure of working with so many amazing and talented voice actors, artists, and animators to make this episode the best one yet. On top of that, this is currently the longest episode in the series, clocking in at just around 25 minutes. We've also been pre-planning and writing future episodes and shorts in our downtime to keep production flowing. Not ready to show them off just yet, but hang tight. If you took a glance at our last upload, we got a new merch tour now, Back Alley Emporium. I got really fed up with Redbubble and Gumroad's fees and poor quality, so I just made my own, and helped other indie creators get their projects merch off the ground too. We have all the previous shirts, stickers, hoodies, posters, and new ones too. Doing this ourselves allows us to open the door to even more stuff, like art books, enamel pins, buttons, as well as everything we make going back into the show. So head on over to the Back Alley and get yourself some swag, and you'll be supporting us directly.
In other news, 3 white guys.
Another format we decided to bring back are the improv shorts. We had a ton of fun doing the submarines video last year, and a lot of you also seemed to enjoy it, so we're remaking more of them. The hope is to alternate between these and the podcast to hold you guys over while we work on the bigger and longer stuff.
If you want more updates on the goings-on, go check out our Patreon, where we post regular updates, behind-the-scenes progress, clips, and rough animation from upcoming episodes, monthly wallpapers, and commissions. This has been one of the busiest, best years of my life so far, and I want to thank all of you for your constant support. Watching the show, sharing fan art, joking about it, thank you all just so frickin' much. There's not a day that goes by where I'm not blown away and incredibly grateful, so thank you all. Now it's time for a little Q&A. What has been your favorite moment of the show so far, and what's been your favorite scene to animate?
I haven't animated them.
I fucking love that fight scene.
Gotta be the whole, like, flashback thing. Don't you remember all the good times we had together? And it's just moments that never happened.
Personally, my favorite moments of the show have yet to happen, because they're in episode 8.
Have you ever thought about getting guest stars on Cameo or something? No.
I don't know.
What inspired you to create it? I guess this is for Caleb. You're the one that came to us and said, I have an idea for a show. Let's call it OddBall Adventures, and it'll be about us 3 going on funny, wacky adventures.
It was kind of all of us. It wasn't just me. Like, I only made like a fourth of an episode, and then you kind of took it and ran with it. It was kind of an easier way for us to just kind of see us hanging out, because we never hung out in person. Growing up, all we ever did was PSI, PlayStation video calls. That's all we hung out in. So it was just like a funny way of seeing us hang out together.
Outside of Ed's World, what are your major stylistic influences?
In terms of writing,
You and I are inspired by a lot of drama shows.
like the island episode entirely. I used to go camping on an island all the time as a kid, and then Lost is my absolute favorite show. And I just wanted to have like a big dramatic episode that takes place on an island.
Who's your favorite of the main 4 FOR in Seinfeld?
George
George.
Hansen.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with Jerry. I mean, I just like him.
How did the idea of including a girl in the group come about? The patriarchy. I met Anna through like LBP Dive-In, and then I eventually finally decided to look at her profile. She's made more films than any of us. Anna was very popular. So I was like, you make films, wanna join my LBP film group? And she was like, yeah. So we put her in the show. Can I appear in your Q&A special? No.
Chicken Alfredo or pasta? Why not both? I mean, I've never had like one or the other though. I feel like I've only ever had both of them together.
Pasta's too broad of a statement.
Chicken Alfredo without pasta is just chicken. with sauce on it? Terrible question.
That's like, do you want meatballs or spaghetti?
Did you guys see a tractor trailer spilled Alfredo sauce all over a highway? And then a day later, truck spills corn on the highway. This is an attack. Here I'll put in the clip of Bush being informed about 9/11, but it says, "Sir, a pasta truck has fell off the highway. America's under attack." Should pineapple be on pizza?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do with your pizza. Will you and Ed's World do any collab episodes? No.
No.
What episode do you like of Neon Genesis Evangelion?
Never
This
seen
is
it.
for me.
Never watched
I like
it.
episode 18. Do the oddball characters poop? And if so, can they stop? We've never established that they defecate.
If they do poop, they actually can't ever stop. That's how it works. Like, they just have to keep going. So no oddball characters thus far have pooped, but if an oddball character ever just, like,
You will
disappears...
know. Believe me.
Yeah, you'll know.
What is your favorite part in making episodes for the series? I just like creating. I just like making things.
I like the voice acting the most, I think. That's my favorite part.
Because that's when you can, like, really envision, like, what we just wrote. Just the whole process, yeah, just seeing it all come together, especially at the end.
It's reassuring to hear people, like, do the takes and actually, like, laugh while taking them. Because then
Yeah.
you're like, okay, this is something solid.
What are your favorite and least favorite oddball episodes? My least favorite is The Girl. My favorite currently, because we're making it, is episode 8.
Slide. I would say the
Slide,
slide's my
yeah.
favorite. Yeah, least favorite's The Girl.
Because misogyny.
I think Halloween is my favorite. I think it gets the atmosphere of an episodic formula of Oddball perfectly, in my opinion.
What brings you the most joy when it comes to working in Oddball Studios as a whole? I don't know. What brings me joy working on Oddball Studios? Money. Just seeing people enjoy it. 5,000 subscribers, 30,000 views on all the episodes so far. What?
And it's cool seeing, like, the production team that are, like, actually, like, super passionate about working on it.
I think the part that I love the most is that we're still doing it. Or when I was a kid and I thought about myself in the future, I never really imagined it really being anything at all. And I'm not saying it even really is anything. I guess I'm just saying it's the fact that we're still talking and we're still even doing anything at all that people want to watch.
Once we got The Oddfather released, I thought it was just gonna be like a whole new audience and stuff. But there were actually a ton of people that were like, "Oh wow, they're back!" And it's so cool that they use, like, Little Big Planet sound effects and music and stuff. Like, they noticed the details that we put into it and stuff.
Yeah, I guess just, seeing it be made, I'm just like, oh, this is cool. Seeing the reception of it, I'm always like, wow. Would you ever make a definitive map of Georgetown if you haven't already?
Something we've been looking into recently, actually.
Yeah.
Georgetown takes place in Georgetown, Georgia. We made the island episode and we have the issue of, where is there a body of water in the middle of Georgia? Turns out Georgetown, Georgia is directly on the border of Georgia and Alabama, and there's a giant body of water with a peninsula just off the coast. There you go. How?
There were so many coincidences of what we wanted Georgetown to look like. It's kind of crazy.
And the city hall is literally some guy's house.
How did you design the characters? That's just kind of how we looked back then. Dave, you look more like your character now than you did back then, actually.
I think our characters are based on middle school versions of ourselves. Like, that's basically it. Like, we haven't allowed ourselves to... Also, character-wise, when we switched to animation, we definitely could have switched the character designs and it would have been okay.
Will episode 8 be more serious, or will it be a mix of serious and comedies, such as the previous episodes? We tried to make this episode, like, funny all the way through.
A lot funnier than
Like,
Island. Island, I would
yeah.
say, is just bordering on drama.
Moving forward with the show, we want to make it, like, known that there's continuity and, like, some stakes for the characters' actions and stuff.
We did like a mobster episode for one of them, then we did like an island drama romance, now we're doing like a horror/political satire. I like changing the genre, but still having the characters retain everything.
There's a greater air of mockery to our new writing style. It's a good balance of, if you take it seriously, you will get something serious from it. but if you take it at face value, it'll be just like stupid. And I think that's the pocket we try to land in.
What are Collin, Dave, and Caleb's favorite hobbies? Caleb in the show is a musician.
I picture Caleb being a musician, kind of like Daniel Johnston, and like some like really snobby artist people are like, wow, this is really well thought.
Collin's hobby, he's a bit of an illustrator, but he doesn't really care.
What about Anna?
I imagine she's into like a lot of music, like you wouldn't really expect, but she's like a big music head.
Maybe Anna loves Caleb, loves his music, and eventually they start a
that's really good. Like
they start a record label in the future. I'm Audi 5000, Chain Chomp, Yomp.
I'll see you next time, and it plays. Hang on. Hang on.